Whoops, we're live. We're not supposed to be live. 1 second. I'm still not ready, but we're getting closer to this. I'm running late. How's everyone going? Welcome to the Weekly Love Show. Yeah, I forgot to fix it. I'll fix it soon. I'm gonna loading this up over here because I realized I can't both do live on here and show my stats right now, and I kind of want to do both. So we have to go ahead. I have to install new internet. I have to install new internet today, which is a whole different conversation. We have so many things going on right now. It's not even cool. It's not even cool. Let's go ahead and go to live chat so I can go ahead and see live chat while looking at my BGStats app because I think that's important-ish. We're going to have volume, aren't we? Let's mute this ASAP. Mute. It has to load before it mutes. It's not loading. No, it's muted already. Perfect. Okay, great. So now we can go ahead and pop out chat. We're getting there. We're getting there. Anyways, the Weekly Love Show. I can't believe I did that. And I got warned, and then I was filming a video, so I forgot to change it. I've been moving the whole day today. I've been moving the whole day. Please start the show expressing how much you love us. Surround me! The love I have for all of you is uncontained by the shackles of the mere limits of human imagination. And so all I can say is I can't think of the language and the words that are flowery enough to fully illustrate the commitment and adoration I have for all of you here watching right now. And those of you not watching, because I shouldn't just, do that. Okay, anyways, yeah, the amount of jokes about the Weekly Love Show being a whole different kind of show, I get that. That's reasonable. That's fair game, honestly. It's fair game. No, I don't like it this way. I can't see. The reflection is not working. We're going to go ahead and put this back this way. Okay, cool. We're going to go ahead and see what we can do over here. This is the Weekly Live Show. How are all of you doing today? How is your afternoon? I've caught up in chat mostly in terms of reading, but I haven't actually answered everything yet because I'm not going to. I'm already behind. But we are going to go ahead and talk about what the Weekly Love Show is this week. I've actually enjoyed, I don't know how long I'll continue, but I've enjoyed having a focus, a different random focus every single week, where I'll still engage in chat, I'll still engage in all the conversation, because that's part of the benefit of these types of shows is that extra level of human interaction, or semi-human interaction. But I like having a topic for each show. And this week's topic is Alex confessing us his love in a slow tempo is weird. By slow tempo, do you just mean not talking speedily? Is that what you mean? I can go slower when I want to think about it. Don't you dare fix it, Alex. James, I have to fix it. The amount of jokes about this being a different kind of show, those are going to continue forever. So I probably should change it at some point. In any case, so, topic of the week. The topic of the week is going to be our BG 2023 stats. That's what it's going to be. BG stats. I don't know if you use BG stats. If you don't, it's totally cool. If you do, it's totally cool too. George, I hope you enjoy your fish sticks. Anyways, watching a video with Jeremy Tracy made me get a crokinole board. Ooh, I should tell Jeremy Tracy that. Jeremy Tracy, he got a crokinole board because of us. You owe me one, boo. He's not here. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at this. We are going to be going through our BG stats, our insights. We're going to go here. These are your insights for BG stats over here. I highly recommend BG stats. It's a great way to track your games and plays and all those things. Although I will say, as usual, disclaimer when I go through this, that just worth noting, I don't log everything. I estimate that I log 90 to 95% of my plays. What I do is I don't log as I play. Every few days I'll be like, what did I play over the past few days? Which historically has had times where I go to log a game that I've played 5 times and I'm like, why do I have no log plays of this game? So it's mostly accurate. It's not perfectly accurate. But I currently have 21... Wait, is Jeremy visiting? No, Jeremy's not visiting. Sub me. Confirm Jeremy is locked in the attic because the bunker is already occupied. All things that are completely fair. Fractious Guy delivering soon. Love listening to the live love show as I love board game stats. BG Stats is probably my favorite app ever. So I use BG Stats to... Well, I use it for 2 purposes. I used it before content creation. So the main incentive of it was I like incentivizing plays. That's the main reason. I like incentivizing me to play games, and if I see what I play, then it pushes me to play more. And I think playing games is good. It's fun. It's enjoyable. I just like the hobby in general. And so I started getting into BG Stats because of that. And the first few years I used it, I set challenges for myself. Then I stopped setting the challenges because I was easily beating all those challenges. I was like, oh, play 500 games this year. And I was like, played 652. Play 10 games 10 times. Like, you played 14 games 10 times. It wasn't even close. I was just beating the challenges. So I stopped doing the challenges a while ago, and just my focus has always been just use it to incentivize plays. And I do use it for things like, if you follow my month in review, I'll say things like, oh, this month I actually had less plays. Well, what you don't see is towards the midway point of every month, I'm looking at my numbers and be like, ooh, I don't know how I'm doing. Do I think I'm trending well or not? And then I kind of use that to incentivize me for that. Now, what I don't use it for is I don't use it to see how often I win or how good I am. Now, I don't mean that's not there. I do log who won. I log scores if I remember, but because I'm often logging several days after, so usually if I'll be like, hey, it's Wednesday, what did I play today? And I'll be like, oh yeah, that was 100 to 82. I'll log that. But more often, if it's a few days later, if I just remember who won, I don't remember the scores, I just logged who won. Now, when I say I don't use it to see who won, what I mean is I don't think I have ever, on my own, gone and said, let me look at my win statistics. I don't care. I do want to incentivize myself to play more games. I don't care who won. What has happened is I'll have people in my group who comment on, how often they win, I win, or whatever, and then we'll pull it up because of a group conversation. So I have pulled it up in the past because somebody else wanted to know something or whatnot. I've often used it. I have used it in the past when there have sometimes been people in our group who are like, oh, I never win. And I'd be like, hey, if we're playing 4-player games and you win 25% of the time, it feels like you're below average, but you're actually exactly average. It's an interesting stat, by the way. If you, mentally in our head, we think that we should win at least half the time, even if you're playing 7-player games. You just think of it that way. It's a weird dynamic. You think parity is evenness, and parity is not always evenness. In a 4-player game, you should win 25% of the time. So I've brought that up in the past to show people, hey, you're doing just fine. Anyways, just don't change it to the weekly live love show. You'll get demonetized. Dear Lord. So we're going to go through some 2023 stats, and I will frequently look at chat to talk about things. Anyways, let's go and do things. So 2023, I have 2,124 logged plays. 2,124. So I don't know if the average on that is exactly, but I think that's what, 6 games a day? 365, 6 times 300 is 1,800, 6 times 65 is 360. So yeah, 2165 would be, is that the right math? I think that's the right math. 2165 would be 6 plays a day, so I'm just under 6 plays a day, which sounds like it's good news, but that means I have to keep that up for next year, because so far, every single year since I've started logging plays in 2018, I want to say, 2017 maybe? Whenever I started logging, 2017, midway through 2017, I started logging plays. Every single year, I've logged more plays than the year before. So, yeah, I think. Anyways, it's 2124. That's a lot of plays. A decent amount of those are on BGA. Looks like around 20% of them are online. In general, I only generally play against people I know online. I say 99% of my online plays are against people I know online. So I just prefer it that way. It's nothing against strangers. I just occasionally I'll play against a stranger if I need to get another play in. Like sometimes there've been times where I've played a game, but I want to get more reviews in and more plays in before reviewing it. And sometimes it's easy to go online and play a bunch of strangers and get more of a feel for it and flesh out my experience that way. So that has happened, but it's less frequent, much less frequent. We currently have 587 unique games, and 397 of them are new to me, which means last year I had a challenge of play a new game every single day. This year I did not have that challenge, and I anyways played a new game every single day. So I am addicted to the games. That's what I think the takeaway here is. I'm addicted to the games. Past that, oh, by the way, I will have a video coming up talking about the 397 games I played this year. It's going to be a very quick video with mostly me saying yes, no, maybe try, yes, no, maybe try, stuff like that as I go through them all, if you want your quick rankings of everything. I've played with 43 different players. I have an H-index of 20 for this year. I wonder if my H-index is for all time. It's got to be, if my 20 is for 20 for this year, it always gets harder. My guess is for all time is 31. 31 for all time. It gets harder and harder to maximize those. So like right now, I'll have things that right now I'm playing Trio with the kids a lot. I'm playing Trio every single week. I played Trio 8 times last week, 4 times the week before. So like mentally, when I think of a game, like I think of like numbers. Anytime a game crosses 50 plays, I'm like, boom, that's another H index towards 50. Another. Eventually, it'll take me time. Okay, so for all time, my H index is 30, exactly 30. I have 6,462 plays for all time, which is midway through 2017, which means this year has been a lot. Now the problem is the app has to like reload every single time I go back from year to all time, so I won't be doing it that much, but that's a good time for chat. Thank you, Scream Frog. Your wife's not a gamer. Mental math is sexy. Yes, it is for me. My main gaming partner, we finished Gloomhaven together and working on Frosthaven. She just listens as geeky as I am. That's a regular occurrence. That's because you're an Excel nerd, George says. That's correct. Have you played Tamashii yet? I've played it during the prototype phase. I have not played it during the final phase. It's one of the many campaign games I would love to play, and I just need more time. And currently Agamonia is top of my list. Top of my list. And obviously I played a lot of these campaign games with Meg, and Sleeping Gods is top of her list. So between the two, those are the current ones that are going to get the most play currently. We have, if you're now just realizing you have a gaming addiction, we should have a talk. If you're now just realizing a gaming addiction, we should have had a talk a long time ago. I am fully aware of my gaming addiction. That's not a question at all. Spreadsheets for the win. Yes, I understand. I guess the making fun of is what stood out. It's definitely more of a geeky thing to do, in my opinion. Okay. How many games have you played online versus in person, or do you track that? I think I answered that already. 20% of my plays are online. Avoiding the streets by spreading. Whoa. Okay. This love chat is getting serious. Hi, everyone. My all-time H index has been 22 for a while. I need to work on that. So, in general, well, you'll see as I go through, because I'll go through the 20 games that I've played at least 20 times, because what would the stats be? Like, I do this monthly in my monthly review, but for year-end review, we're just going to do it as part of our weekly live. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to have a conversation. That's what we're going to do. What should I play first? The Reckoners or City of Kings? Reckoners. But I like the Reckoners, and I haven't played City of Kings. All right, past that. My plays. So, around player counts. We do player counts? Let's do player counts. Can I see player counts? So I can't see it. I'm estimating because it tells me the break. It shows me a pie chart, but it doesn't say the number, so it's estimating. But around 50% of my plays are at 2 players. Around let's call it, what's the number? 25%. 25% of my plays are at 3 players, and then around looks like 10% maybe. Maybe it's more than that. If 25, it's around 12.5%. 12.5% is 1 players, and the other 12.5% is like everything else. So I guess 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 15. I don't actually log. Fun fact about my plays not being 100% accurate, I don't log things as accurately as I would like. Meaning, for example, what's a good example? Let's say I play Blood on the Clock Tower. When I played Blood on the Clock Tower, I didn't log it as a 20-player game. I logged that I played, Grant played, Meg played. Who else was in the game? I don't remember that particular game. I don't remember everyone in there, but I logged other played. I have a general other there, but other is a stand-in for anyone who I don't play games with regularly, and other doesn't add, I don't do multiple others, I'll do one other. I'll be like, oh, one other person played. BGStats, if you know about this, BGStats might have a way to say the correct number of players without actually adding them all. If they do, and you know that, let me know, because I've been meaning to look into it. I figure they're smart enough to know that that might be a desired feature. Maybe I want to know that I was one of 5 players, and I didn't win. But I don't actually care who the 5 players are. I'm curious, because I've just been using a random other. They've actually probably played, no, they haven't played more games than me, but they've played probably the second most games. Nah, probably not. But they're high. They're high. What happened to the sound? Is it just me? I hope it's just you, Stacy. I really hope it's just you. I guess you can't hear me. Someone in chat type to Stacy if it's just her. Or if it's not just her, then we have a problem. Just you, Stacy. Good. Okay, well, not good, but better than the alternative. So, that's what we have over there. So, we have this year, we have 51 fives, 26 dimes, and 14 quarters. Okay, quarters, oh, there's no centuries. Centuries is the next higher number. So, in other words, the fact that I've played 20 games 20 times is only reflecting the fact that I have 14 quarters. But how is that true? Oh, quarters 25. Okay, I was concerned how could it be true, because I was thinking quarters 15 for some reason. Ignore me. Anyways, let's go through my plays that I played at least 20 times. We're going to work our way up from the bottom of here. Oh, the first one feels like cheating, but it's legit, so it's not going to be cheating. We have Exit the Advent Calendar. I log each day as a play. as I should, okay? I have 21 plays of Exit the Advent Calendar. And if you're like, 21 plays, Alex? You're doing it wrong. Well, first of all, I said already, I don't log all my plays, so it's possible I missed some. But also, I'll just forget to log, because it's 24 plays, right? The Advent Calendar is 24 plays. But also, I think, this is for last year, this is all the way at the beginning of last year, I think I played some in January. So I think I crossed over from December to January. Either that, or I forgot to log my plays. So, Stacy, right there with you. Every session is a play. That's an interesting conversation. We should have a conversation, though, about what counts as a play, because everyone's going to have a different answer, and I'm okay with that. I know what my answer is, I know what my justifications are, but we'll talk about that. People are like, oh yeah, he logs 2,100 plays. Really, it's like 7 plays and a whole bunch of excuses. Yes, but not to that ratio. Coming in number 19, with another 21 plays, we have Turing Machine. Turing Machine is one that I played a bit to, cover and review. I played it some multiplayer, I played it some solo, and then I started playing it infrequently on BGA. I still don't love Turing Machine because Turing Machine has, to me the problem is playing it multiplayer feels like a solo experience, and playing it solo doesn't feel like there's a clear win condition. It's like, finish it as fast as possible. That's the solo puzzle. I hate that. I hate that in games. But I still played it a bunch, because I'd occasionally, when I was bored, I'd go into BGA and be like, let me play Turing Machine, let me see if I can get this puzzle. I'm usually pretty good. My goal is usually getting it in 2 guesses. I have 1 guess, 2 guess, and then I have to, lock it. So, for me, my goal is always 2, and occasionally I'll let myself get a 3rd guess. I never let myself go all the way, because I just don't think I think you should be able to get it in 2 guesses most of the time. And yes, I've played it on some of the, advanced modes. Corey, which Exit Advent? The latest as of last year. So, if there's a new one this year, no. The latest as of last year, that's the one I logged over here. So we have Turing Machine, Arena the Contest, Tenaris Adventures. So, I have 22 logged plays of that. I played it a bunch myself, and then a bunch on camera. I'm overdue for the next play of this one, actually. But, yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't know if it's accurate or not, because I may have more plays. I don't know. But Arena the Contest, 22 plays. That one, by the way, has possibly the most hours played. No, it doesn't. It doesn't even have the most hours. But that one's higher. Honestly, though, that's a lie. Because I never really estimate the hours properly. What I'll do is I'll just do whatever BGA suggests as the hours. I don't say it's like, I spent 3 hours playing this. I'm like, oh, BGA says 2 hours, whatever, sure. Because 22 plays at 48 hours, that is not true. Tenaris Adventures, from the start of setting up the game till putting it away, which is usually what I would mentally count it as, it's at least 3 hours per session. My videos are a little shorter because I cut out all that setup and teardown and intermediate time. But yeah, Tenaris Adventures. We have coming in at number 17, we have Nana, aka Trio, coming in with 23 plays so far this year. And that's going to get more plays, because I guarantee you it's being played all the freaking time. We have Codenames coming in with 24 plays. Seems reasonable. Again, most of these are going to be easier to table games. Anything with 20 plays is likely going to be in that shorter play range. You'll have the occasional exception, like, again, Arena the Contest is definitely an exception. We have Tranquility coming in with 24 plays. It's an easy game to table. I love it. I play it both solo, 2-player, 3-player. I don't know if I played it 4, but I like that one a lot. We have Can't Stop with 26 plays. That was probably 7 of those were probably that one time I was live with Devin that night. I miss Devin. He's a good guy. We have Codenames Duet with 30 plays. So Codenames is only counting Codenames. We have Codenames Duet with 30 plays under my belt for 2023. I keep saying 24 now. We have My City Roll and Build with 30 plays. I have 2 full campaigns, and I'm partially through another one. Although, again, it feels like I should have more. Because each play is 12 campaigns. No, I have more than that. I finished it twice. That's 24. I'm about 5 games into one with Grant. Maybe 6 or 7, I don't know. But at least 5 games in with Grant. So, I don't know if I'm ever going to finish that. But that brings us to 29. And I'm currently in with another 6 or 7 with Meg right now. So that's going to be 35. And I currently have 30. So I should, and I have at least 1 from the first time I played it, but I didn't even continue. I played and then started again. So I should have at least 36 plays in 2024. And I don't, which again, just goes to show I don't log everything. A Feast for Odin, 31 plays. 31 plays. I think about 20 of those, if not more, 23, 24, are on BGA, and the other 6 or 7 are in person. We have Crocodile. Oh, Feast for Odin has an estimated 82 hours, which I think, no, it's not even the most. It's not even the most. The most is going to be my number 2 with an estimated 159 hours played in 2023. So Feast for Odin coming in at 31 plays. We have Crocodile coming in with 33 plays. I'll look at chat shortly, by the way. I'm way behind in chat. Electric Pendestal Gaming. Hello. How's it going? We have Crocodile for 33 plays. Lost Cities for 34 plays. Got a lot of Lost Cities in this year. And Lost Cities is one that my app says it's new to me. It's not new to me. I just apparently haven't played it in 7 years, which... Is that true? Is that possible? I used to have Lost Cities. I used to play it all the time. Lost Cities is a game I used to play a ton. I just moved on from it. but I guess I started playing it again in this year. And I think that was started because I played it at PAX East in person. PAX East this past year I played it, and then I started playing it on BGA after that. Azul 34 plays. It makes sense, but I think I'm a little bit Azuled out right now. I'm a little bit Azuled out. I actually got rid of my physical Azul this year. I was like, you know what? Most of my plays are going to be on BGA, and I'm fine with that. We have Seven Wonders Duel with 36 plays. I've been playing that a lot with both Gray and Gray. You don't know Gray, but he's the 2 times WSBG World Champion, and then AP a lot as well, which I need to play more with AP. He is a good online partner for a while, and he dropped off. We still play in person, just not as much online. We have, that's Seven Wonders Duel. Coming at number 6, we have Gloomhaven with 36 plays and 51 hours logged this year. Again, hours logged is whatever whatever BGStats estimates. Coming at number 5, we have Ticket to Ride with 38 plays this year. We have Lost Ruins of Arnak with 66 hours estimated and 40 plays logged this year. Which I feel that's wrong. That's not 66 hours. It's not an hour per play for me. I don't think so. Or an hour and a half per play. I don't think so. I think it's wrong. And again, it's going to be a mix of playing it in person with the Expedition Explorers, playing it in person with the Missing Expedition, and then playing it on BGA, the regular plain old version. We have Mythic Mischief with 53 plays this year. At least half of which are on the app, because, well, this year being last year. It's all last year. 53 plays on Mythic Mischief, at least half of which are on the app. And then the Castles of Burgundy, and this is going to be normal, by the way. The games that get the most plays are going to, like, if I scroll down and I see all the games that have 5, 6, 7 plays, those are all in person. Games that I both like and have a digital presence will be higher. I think if you look at my top 20 games played every year, or whatever it is, top 20, top 30, top 40, they're all going to be a combination of shorter, easier to table games, or games that have a way to play it online. In fact, Tenaris Adventures is going to be the notable exception here, and that's a sponsored playthrough series. So again, they all have reasons why they're in that upper echelon. But Castles of Burgundy with 159 hours estimated and 86 plays this year. I like that game a lot. A lot. Is it in my top 20 games of all time? Well, it isn't in my top 80, so it's either there or missing entirely. Mythic Mischief. No, that's not true. I'm going down now. Number 1 is going to be My City with 50 hours estimated. It's a shorter game, but 92 plays this year of My City. I'm still in it right now. I'm currently in the middle of a game with, again, Gray and Meg on BGA right now, going through possibly one of the longest running games of My City ever. Having 3 people in longer games, it's a lot. Anyways, with that, let's go and see how chat's doing, because I'm way over. I'm way back in chat. Okay. What happened to sound? Just you? Okay, we got that. Uh-oh, sound is good. It unfortunately is just you, Stacy. Slipped over my iPods. Good spread on player counts. Taking the time to log all games properly is tough. I use random and honest to track people, sometimes to track plays more quickly. Is that an option? Again, this I keep meaning to... Oh, I don't want to leave... I'm going to do this later. I'm going to go back to Insights right now, because I have to reload it because I have to go back to Insights. But yeah, I'm meaning to look into whether BGA has a way to log random and honest users, which it sounds like they might. Trying to decide between Explorers of Novoria or Celte, which would you recommend? I've played Explorers of Novoria, and I do enjoy it. I haven't played Celte. For me, I would pick Celte because I enjoy Novoria, but I also, like, in its base form, like, I am curious how the expansions augment it. Its base form, it's a good game, I recommend it, but it gets a little samey over multiple plays. I'm curious what the expansions do for the game, but Celte is a new thing to me, and new things that I want to play always have a higher degree of interest. So I'd recommend Novoria, and I'd pick Celte, if that answers your question. Absolutely, each session is a play. So we're going to talk about, I'm going to catch up on chat, and then we'll talk about what counts as a play for me and why I logic it that way. Which exit advent the latest? I'd answer that one. I have a Turing Machine spreadsheet. Not actually proud of that. You should be proud of that. Are you also hyped for title? You want geeky? I currently have a Factorio. This is a video game, not a board game. I'm sorry. I have a Factorio spreadsheet as I try to create I'm trying to aim for a rocket every minute. Which, if you're a Factorio player, you know what I mean. But I'm trying to aim for a rocket every minute. That's a goal you're supposed to have. And I have a spreadsheet trying to illustrate the different bases I have and how everything ties together. I haven't played Factorio in like 4 or 5 days now. I am trying to push it to the back burner as I get caught up on things. Like, I spent, like, I don't know, 80 hours on Factorio this month, and I don't have 80 hours. So I need to not do that going forward. We have X Factorio spreadsheet. Are you also hyped for Title Blades 2? I don't know if I'm hyped for Title Blades 2. I'm excited for Title Blades 2. I liked it a lot. I had fun with it. But it's also been a long time, and that affects how I feel about some things. Unless you're the top tier. If you're Agamonia, I don't care how long I have to wait. But Title Blades 2, I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it. I have one for Super Fantasy Brawl, so don't feel bad. Is Nana the Japanese name for Trio? Yes, Nana is the Japanese name for Trio, correct. How are Tranquility's expansions? So I've played some of the modules. It's more modules than expansions. I like the rock module. I enjoy that one. I find this fun. There's one that prevents you from playing in a certain row each turn, which I don't find it to be that much that it adds. And I don't know if I've played with all of them. I like the sea monsters. Oh, is it the rock? The rock prevents you from playing in the row. I don't like the rock. I like the sea monsters, and I don't remember all of them. We have only 20. No, we have rookie can't stop numbers. Only 27 plays. So again, I generally don't play. I have to look at my app. Most games that I play on BGA, I also play in person, and I augment both most of the time. I don't like it when a game shifts to only online as long as I own the game physically. Meaning something like Azul, I don't mind deciding for myself that Azul is a good game, but I'm happy with it being an online-only game. I'm okay with that decision, because I have to limit the number of games I have in my collection, because I can't play everything. Versus something like A Feast for Odin, or Lost Winds of Arnor, or Castle Burgundy, I like to play those in person and online. And even though I have Can't Stop, I barely ever play it in person. So I think I usually tend to, if I'm playing it in person, I will usually go and play it online too, as like, hey, I'm playing it both ways. It's not an intentional conscious decision. It's more like, oh, I just played Lost Winds of Arnak. Oh my gosh, I want to play more. Let me go start a game with some of my friends online. That's usually how I do it. Not always, but usually. So Can't Stop, I don't play as a lot. And when I did get, like, I'd say about probably at least half of those plays probably were online, and it was probably about the same time that I was playing with Devin, playing with my kids. I was going through a phase where I was going through it a lot. So those 36 plays, whatever that number was, I think those were all within like a month-long period. I haven't played Can't Stop in a while online. We almost, Devin, get to the 200 I had last year. Devin doesn't love us anymore. Devin loves us. He's just busy. I appreciate that. There's definitely no way your Crokinole play count is accurate. You think it's too low? You think I played it more than 33 times? Because I don't imagine that you think I played it less than 33 times. So you must think I played it more, which is very plausible, by the way. And again, this goes back to the tricky part. Let's say I go to, we had that weekend at the lake house, whatever it is, where we all hanging out, and I think that like Crokinole was played a lot that weekend. But like I may have logged 3 plays of it. I don't. If I'm not sure, I don't. Again, we'll get into what I log and how I log soon. But I am very forgiving as to what I count as a play. But I'm less forgiving about making up plays based on what I think I played. Meaning, in other words, while I might have certain rules for this counts as a play, which we'll get to soon, if I'm not sure if I played a game 3 or 5 times, I'll just log 3 plays and call it a day. I think you played double digits in Arkansas. Yeah, you're not, again, lots of the games I play a lot are games I'm playing a lot. They're also the ones that I'm most likely to have missed plays because just statistics. If I played a game 3 times, I probably caught all 3. Possibly, maybe I missed 1. If I played a game 33 times, I might have missed a bunch. Again, I know for a fact I missed, even just that My City roll and build, I can mentally calculate it out as being 7 missing plays. So, like, yeah, it happens. Devin doesn't love us, we know that, but not really. Are you still on stats from all time? Is this 2023? That's all 2023. That's 2023. AP is amazing. I love AP, yeah. Have you tracked plays of a lot of games for over 100 plays? My number 1 game is missing at least 100 plays. So, Shani, that's a hard thing to answer because I only started tracking plays in 2017, and I've been playing games 2011. And granted, I think most of my plays are going to be, I get accelerated each year, so it's more front-loaded, as opposed to, or late-loaded, whatever you want to call it. But I don't know if I've specifically tracked, there are not a ton of games I have over 100 plays. I'll pull it up in a second, I'll look at the all-time soon. All my games are analog in real life. That's respect for that. Yeah, so I think part of the problem is, I think 2023, so every year I've played more than the year before. But 2023 versus 2022 had a much larger jump. And I think that is most of that 20% online plays. Because while I have always played online, it was always much lower a ratio. I played a lot more online this year, and that did reflect in a higher boost. But again, do I need to keep it up? Because I feel like I need to, but I shouldn't put that weird, unnecessary pressure on myself. BGStats automatically adds BGA as a location when you import your plays. So you can break down BGA versus in person. You can... I have 2 questions for you. You can import your BGA plays? Is that a thing you can do? I didn't realize I could do that. Also, I don't know if I'd want to, because you know what BGA does? BGA counts 24 games of My City as 1 play. I don't often use swear words on this channel, but that makes me want to use a swear word. That makes me want to drop a hard FU to BGA. 24 plays of My City is 24 plays of My City. It is not 1 play. There are things that we can debate on when it comes to how we log plays. That is not debatable to me. Yeah, like Pandemic Legacy is 1 play. Is that what it is? Oh, dear Lord. What is the game you're teaching us called again? Too lazy to scroll up in a group chat. Oh, Living Forest. Are we on for 6 tonight? Is that what we said? Did we say? I don't know if you responded to me. I suggested 6, but I may have missed it. Rookie numbers for Mythic Mischief. I agree with you, but even as it is, I'm concerned that I'm playing too much Mythic Mischief on the app, and I want to scale it back because I don't want to make it so that it's not fun to play against the people in real life. Play number is 53 plays of Mythic Mischief. Is that including when you lost with gnomes to me, or did you undo that one? Board Game Officer, that's there. You are currently the only person I've ever lost as the gnomes. Okay, I've lost in Mythic Mischief, but as the gnomes, I've only lost once. That's to you. Good evening, Alex. Good evening from Germany. Keep up the good work. I admire your stats. Still struggling to table at least 1 game a week. Good luck, Anna, and thank you. Pariah, I have an imported copy of Nana besides me. It's spoken for as someone else's late Christmas gift. Aw, that's sweet. They're like $30 on eBay. I know, because I looked. Xorl, what game have you played the most in 2024 so far? That's going to be My City. Yes, I think you played more than 33. I think you played double digits. How's Earthbound Rangers going? I need to play Earthbound Rangers. Stalled out due to work schedule in my life. In BGStats, when adding players to a play, you see anonymous players. 0. Ah, my dear Lord. I've not been using BGStats good. I've not been using it well. I want to log plays and I want a system. Teach me. Use BGStats. Highly recommend that. Fluffy, do you track games? Do you track how many games were new games? First played this year. So I do, just because BGStats does it automatically whenever you add a new game. And then occasionally I'll go in and undo things that are wrong. So example, I mentioned it earlier, with Lost Cities, BGStats is like, that's new for you. You've never had this game before. And I'm like, you fool and you liar. I played it before 2017 apparently. So I'll undo those when I catch them. But also, yeah, that's that. But the expansion plays I'm not good at. So like, I consider an expansion as a new to me thing, and I don't log that. I don't log expansions in BGStats. So it's never a perfect system. It's just a good general system. You can import PGA plays. That's unbelievable. I did not know that. Again, I don't know if I want to do that though, because that My City thing is going to bug me. I'd have to like manually. I'd almost rather just do it myself. We'll see. We'll see though. Anyways. 6 p.m. Eastern Time, teaching you and George. Looking forward to it. Does BJ take feedback? 24 plays of My City as 1 play needs to be fixed. Yeah, that's insane to me. I had to go back to the actual playthroughs to get scores for My City on VGA. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I don't care about the scores, I just want the plays. Is there some secret live streaming happening at 6 p.m.? No, Pariah, but I'm sure you're welcome to come hang out. We're playing Living Forest on VGA. Me, George, and Successful. Aaron Taylor, I see why your stats are so good. If I get to count 1 play as 24, I really need to update my stats. Wait, what? Wait, if you're logging 1 play... If you are playing My City 24 times and counting it as 1 play, well then yes, you should update that. Absolutely. Colin Lesson, you used to consider BGStats. I didn't realize that at all. It's so bad. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look into this later. For right now, I'm leaving things as is. I can't look into this right now. I can't deal with it. Nice, I've been shadow banned. Wait, Diablo? Who's been shadow banned? You're not been shadow banned. I don't know who Diablo. I don't know what you're saying. You can input BGA and Yukata. I haven't played Yukata in a while, but I used to play a lot. Okay, anyways, now that we've caught up in chat, let's go ahead and talk about what counts as a play for me. There's still more stats to go through, probably, we'll see. I will be doing a top 100 breakdown of all that later, but we're not there yet. Let's talk about the fact that, what counts as a play. So, I am very particular about what I count as a play and why, and I understand anyone who wants to change their rules. I've seen all kinds of people have all kinds of rules, and I respect all those rules. Most of those rules. I don't respect the My City being 1 play. So, to that end, what are the various edge cases? So, the most basic case in general is going to be if I played a game in person and I finished the game, does that count as a play? The answer is yes. I think we all agree. Okay, now we start getting to all the edge cases. We got the first one out. It's all great. Hello, Meg. How's it going? Hello. You're on your other channel. Usually you're on your other channel. Anyways, let's go through the other ones. So, the first most default option, I actually just had this discussion with Meg, I think yesterday. We filmed 2 playthroughs. It was either that or, anyway, at some point recently I had a discussion with Meg about what counts as a play. But I have my own rules, and you can do your rules, and that's fine. But a fully finished game in person is a play. That is the easiest question. Let's go to the next question. Does it count as a play if you play a game and you don't finish it? And also, to what extent? If I play a game for, I don't know, let's say, if I play a game for, I'm just going to text from Austin. If I play a game for an hour, and it's an hour and a half long game, and I don't finish it, do I log it as a play? So first of all, BGStats, for all the things I don't know, it does have an attribute where you can log it as an incomplete play. I don't care. I don't use that because to me I don't care. The reason I log plays is to incentivize playing games. So I count it as a play. And my most basic logic for that is, there's an hour-long game, there's an hour and a half long game that I only play for an hour, should that count for less than playing a game of Trio, which is a 10-minute game? Should that count as less? It shouldn't count as less. I'm not going to count it as more, but it shouldn't count as less. So I absolutely count that. But anyone who chooses not to log an incomplete play, I respect that. Next question. and again, there's so many versions of this, we can keep going. If you play 7th Continent, okay, and I think this, I remember now the question Meg asked, which is why we were having this discussion. If you play 7th Continent, and 7th Continent, which is like an 8-hour-long session, if you play 7th Continent, and you play it on Sunday, and on Monday, and on Tuesday, and on Wednesday, and it's set up at your table, and each time you play it for an hour, and you say you do it the whole week, once a day you sit down and play 7th Continent for an hour, do you count that, and you finish it, up, and you're done. Do you count that as 1 play, or do you count it as 7? That is an interesting question, and I'm curious what your answer is. And the reason I had this conversation, the reason it sparked the conversation I was having with Meg is she had asked me if I count, I think it was about like the nature of if you have a game set up on your table overnight, do you count that as 1 or 2 plays? And my answer for that is if I play, and it's a very specific weird answer, and I get it, these are my rules, you don't have to follow them. If I have a 4-hour-long game, a good example might be Mage Knight, because it's actually recently eligible to Mage Knight. If I play Mage Knight in a 4-hour-long session, I count it as 1 play. Okay, but here's the part that you're going to argue with, and I understand, and I agree with you. Actually, I don't agree with you, but I understand. But if I play Mage Knight, and I play 2 hours tonight, and 2 hours tomorrow, I count that as 2 plays. Why? Because of 7th Continent. That's why. But why is it 1 play if it's the same day? Because it's 1 play. But 7th Continent makes me view things that are broken up into multiple plays. So, is that right? I don't know. Does it make no sense? Absolutely. Does it still make sense? Also, yes. So that's how I do that. Now again, keep in mind, that is actually a very rare case for the record. In general, logging plays over multiple days is very, very, very much the exception. There's lots more rooms to debate over online plays or other things like that. It's very rare that I'm diving into games that are set up the next day. But it does happen. Maybe 20 plays a year might be added because of that. Possibly. Something like that. Then we have the next one. So then we have over here, we have Ruben. I count it as 1 play per session. So Ruben, here's the problem. If you play 15 games of Trio in a row, or any small, fast game, coup, Trio, cockroach poker, if you play 15 plays of Trio, is that 15 plays or 1 play? Because I count that as 15 plays. At least to whatever extent I can remember. Again, if I played 15 to 25 times, I'll log 15 plays. I won't log 25. So I do whatever number I'm sure of. That's the number. But again, these are all interesting because suddenly you have these games that are broken down to different chunks, and how do you approach that? So that's gonna be another edge case question. And again, I'm just telling you how I log plays, and you can do what you want. Another one that's gonna be interesting is online stuff. Let's start dealing with the online stuff. I think there's still more interesting in-person questions, but let's deal with some of the online ones. So online ones is going to be, do you log online plays at all? And everyone's going to have a different metric to that. And some will say yes, some will have particulars. Some people only log online plays against people they know. Okay? Some people will log online plays against the AI. Okay? Now here's my rule for this, and again, it is particular. If I play Through the Ages against the app, I don't log it as a play. If I play Through the Ages against a person, whether I know them or not, I do. If I play a solo game online, I do. So why am I willing to log a solo play, but not against the app in an AI thing? I don't know. Again, these don't happen that often anyway, so it's not a big deal. I don't really play against the AI that often, but like it is a possibility. So, and again, it's particular. It is particular. It's a weird situation, and that's where we are. Another one that is potentially controversial is I will log a play if I'm involved enough through it. So just to give you a relevant example, and I don't know if it is that controversial. Maybe it is. It depends. It depends who you are. So this past week, for example, my son sat down next to me and I taught him Sprawlopolis. So I taught him Sprawlopolis and he sat down and he played. He made the decisions. I sat next to him. I was involved-ish the whole time. He made all the decisions. I just answered questions and sat next to him. I counted that as a play. I was there for the play. I was engaged in the play. I was present. In general, if I teach a game and I'm involved enough, if I teach a game and walk away, I don't count that as a play. But if I'm involved enough, if I spend 40 minutes at the table with you, being involved in teaching, even if I'm not playing it, I do log it as a play. So that again, that might be controversial. I think it is case by case, because I think most people would look at that Sprawlopolis example and be like, yeah, you were there, or like you were involved-ish, even though you didn't make the decisions, like you taught, you were there the whole time, you were there, whatever, like that. I don't know. I think it is case by case. Did you log your Pokemon plays last year? That's an excellent question, and we're going to go ahead and find out. I assume I did, but maybe I didn't. Games, Pokemon. No, I didn't. I played Pokemon like 3 times last year. I did not log in those plays. So I'm actually 3 plays higher in 2024. So not everything. Oh, no, chat back. Okay. All right, let's go back and catch up and see. I think there's more controversial stuff, but I want to catch up on chat. Stop. There we go. What are we doing? Report, pin message, channel activity. I'm trying to like unclick on somebody. There we go. No. Okay, there. The amount of plays I can handle the spreadsheet. Okay, so we have incomplete still counts from, where are we? Hey, Meg. Oh, Meg joined the chat. Let's go through there. You can import BJ and Yukata. They look like it. Yeah, Diablo not shadow banned. Okay, you're all good. Hello, friends. Stacy, hello. Meg, hi. Hi, Meg. We miss you. I know. Oops, Meg, you should come up from the basement. If I spend 2 hours setting up a game, reading through rules and play but don't finish, I count as a play and mark it as finished. Yeah, so I do agree that marking it as incomplete play would be best. I just never look at that attribute, so I just don't care. I used to log incomplete, and then I was like, I never look at this, so I'm not going to take the time to do it. Hello, everyone from Ryan. Incomplete still counts. I can handle that in the Excel spreadsheet. What if you start My Father's Work on Monday and finish it on Wednesday? 1 play or 2? 2. Like, I think I covered this already, but yeah, anything, to me, I give myself the best of both worlds. A small game that I played 15 times is 15 plays. A large game is 1 game per session. If the session is 8 hours, if I play Twilight Imperium, that's 1 play. But if I play Twilight Imperium 2 hours a day over 4 days, I will log that as 4 plays. Why? Because it mentally makes sense in my head, even though I can't actually defend it on paper. And most people agree with you. Most people agree with the 7 plays for 7th continent. Yeah. 1 play since the definitive ending. Oh, we have a George going. KDM has Lantern years. If I play 7 years, is 1 sitting. So yeah. Okay, different play sessions. I'm counting Oathsworn by boss, but I'm thinking about doing per play session since we typically do a story session one night and an account to the next. Now, also, just to be clear, if I'm playing a game for half an hour and then I go upstairs and eat dinner and then come back downstairs and play for half an hour and then I go upstairs and put the kids to bed and then I come downstairs and play for half an hour, that's 1 play. I'm not crazy liberal with sessions. To me, a session is usually defined as day by day. I could see a hypothetical where a session ends up being like I played in the morning and the evening. I don't know if that's ever happened, but I could see that happening. But if it was really broken up enough, I'd consider it, but generally no. I do the same, Alex. 1:15 per session for only long games. Yeah, exactly. So I think honestly, most of my stuff doesn't seem that controversial. Most of you seem to be in agreement, except for you, George. That 1 play for 7th content over 7 days, that's impressive. End of game or when game is packed away. End of game, yep. I would count campaign games by hours unless there's a clear start-end scenarios. I don't track hours. I've often wanted to, but again, because I log my plays days later, it's much harder for me to do that. We could take our sessions time, divide by the time of the box, determine how many plays we had. All the numbers would go up. That's true. Your thinking makes sense. What would qualify as a no play? So you sit down to play, and 15 minutes later you're interrupted there and have to stop. Is that a play? So, interesting. So, I don't know. I guess here's a few things that could count as no plays for me. If I set up a game, and it's interesting because maybe it's inconsistent, I don't know. But if I set up a game to learn it, and I set it up, I learn the game, and then I put it away, I've never logged that as a play. I don't think I have, at least. Like, just learning a game and not playing it, I don't log as a play. Versus, and this is where it gets technical, if I set up a game, learn it, and then play 2 rounds of it so I get a locked-in feeling. And like the 2 rounds is relative. If 2 rounds is 2 seconds, no. But if I sit down and play, if I spend 45 minutes learning a game and then 20 minutes playing it just to get it locked in, I will count that as a play. So is that consistent? Again, I don't know. Also, if played 10 games in 1 session of Airline and Sea, I count as 10 plays, exactly. What about games that let you stop midway? Marking where you are to pick up again later. Again, per session for me. 100% per session. Does BGStats separate our online visit in person? If you log it as online visit in person, yes. Or if you import your plays, I have no idea because I only just found out you can do that today. What about games you stop? Did you log your Pokemon plays? I did not. Wingspan Autonomous offline. Online, I don't log. Wingspan at Table Autonomous, I log. Don't ask me why. So again, that's an interesting one because again, I have that same area with. I guess the only time I don't actually play solo versus. I don't play that much solo versus an AI. Versus like a machine, effectively. I've done it with Turing Machine. I logged all those plays, but again, I don't log my Through the Ages plays. And I've done it with, I guess, Mind Management. I've done a few solo plays, so I have a few of those. But most of the time, it's not that common. Most of these educations are not going to be that common. Shawnee Marmon, that makes no sense to me. I am with Srebme on this one. I would not count a teach as a play unless I was actively playing. I would not count the teacher's play. Yeah, so again, I get that. For me, it depends on how involved I was. If I teach and walk away, not at all. If I teach, I'm involved. And again, involved is... So again, I know I logged my Sprawlopolis plays with my son. I know that for sure. I don't know if I have a good example of other times. Honestly, I think most of the time, because I could think of it. I remember the first time I taught like Grant for Northwood. I sat there, or Meg for that matter. I taught Grant and Meg for Northwood while the last time I was in England. And both of them, I was involved the whole way through and logged them as plays. But I think that's because I was involved the whole way through and as a solo game, and I was like, you know, backseat driving, not saying that much. But I think more often than not, like I remember like when I went to Level Up last year. When I went to Level Up Retreat last year, like I taught a bunch of games. I didn't log any of those as plays, even though I was like involved to some small extent. Well, I guess unless I was playing. If I was playing the whole time, yeah, I was. But yeah, so it is edge case for, I think it might just be solo games when I'm like teaching a solo game to somebody. That might be where and why. I'm curious. I'd have to think through it. Alex, do you know the Geek Group app website? I do not. Do you remember to log your live plays? Zoral, great question. Not always. Very frequently I don't. Something about playing it on camera, I mentally think of it a bit more as work, and very often I'll go back. Like just yesterday, Meg and I played Unmatched and Evian, which will be going up on the channel at some point soon. And like I happen to remember, but I was logging my other plays, I put my phone away, and I was like, no, I literally just played those. I skipped over them. I mentally skipped over them, and I do that a lot. So sometimes I catch them, sometimes I don't. Just going back to something Alex said earlier, BGStats can add an anonymous player. Yes, indeed. It's something I use all the time. Yep, I found out this stream. I don't log plays on apps. BGA, yes, but the 5 games I play on though near map doing a boring work meeting doesn't get logged. I don't know if I play enough that kind of stuff unless it's against another player. So Mythic Mischief, I do log those as plays against real people. Let's see. Pariah, that's me with BGA, Sea Salt and Pepper. 116 games on BGA over a month. Insane. Every time I watch a rolling solo playthrough, does that count as a play? Oh, I mean, I wouldn't count that as a play, but again, you do what you want to do. What if it's a 3-hour game, you stop in the middle for a meal? 2 sessions. So I think I covered this. If for a meal, no. For a meal, no. It has to really feel like 2 sessions. I think again, I don't know if I've ever done a morning and night, but if I ever did, I could see that happening. What if it's a 3-hour? Why aren't we playing? I don't understand myself. App stats solo, I don't log. Name is a perfect example. I don't know. Okay, it also counts that up, learn to play. I haven't ever really worried much about tracking the plays, though if my ADHD would cooperate, it would be nice to be able to look back at it. I like looking back at it, that's a big part of it. When I'm teaching myself a game, I don't log to play. Deep dive in Geek Group app is a deep dive into BGStats. Interesting, that's interesting. If I'm working at a convention and teaching 4 separate tables a game and bounce back and forth between all of them for the whole play, should I count that as a play? That is an interesting question. So again, for me, I didn't count anything, either Level Up or Dice Tower West or at Origins. All 3 of those. So Origins actually, here's the deal. From all 3 of those, I think Origins is the only one that I potentially count as some as plays. Because I taught a lot of games between Dice Tower West, between Level Up, between Origins. Most of them, I either played it and logged it, or I didn't play it and didn't log it. Origins, I actually logged a bunch of plays of Stalker. I think I did. I may not have. I may not, but I should. I would. I don't know if I did, but I would. Because Stalker in particular, I sat down and was engaged in the full demo the entire time. So I think if I'm engaged in the demo, I would log it as a play. If I'm bouncing back and forth between tables and being engaged in like 3 demos, if they're this is where we get into weird mind games. If I'm bouncing back and forth between 4 tables and being involved in all 4 demos, I think I would log them all as 4 separate plays. But, and this makes no sense, if I was teaching the same game and bouncing back and forth between 4 tables, I think I would log it as 1 play. Why? I don't know. It's just what feels right. But I cannot defend it. So many of these decisions I'm making, I cannot defend, but it feels right. So that, again, I seriously, legitimately cannot defend why Mage Knight 4 hours in one day is 1 play, Mage Knight 4 hours in 2 separate days is 2 plays. I cannot defend that logic at all. But it feels right. So there we are. Anyways, I saw somebody asking me if I have 100 plays or all that. Let me go ahead and see the current plays, all plays, insights for all time. It's going to take a while to load. Give it a second. For all time. Okay. Also, I'm going to have to end this at 2-ish. I have so many things going on today. It's a little insane. That is a good one from Working Convention. I don't know if I want my 500 plays of Terra Mystica on my BGStats. I didn't count it, but I was involved for all of them the whole time. I should probably log more. Yeah. Yeah, it's all interesting questions. So, games that I have 100 plays of. Only 2? I only have 2 games that I have 100 plays of? I mean, I'm close. Now, keep in mind, it's not accurate to all time, because I guarantee you it's more. So, we have My City with 168 plays. I thought it was more, but only 168 plays. But again, it's probably more, but not that much more. We have Gloomhaven with 113 plays. That's just Gloomhaven, not Frosthaven or Jaws of the Lion. We have Castle of Burgundy with 96, but Castle of Burgundy is also the first game I ever got, or amongst the first games I ever got, and I didn't log for the first, 6 years of gaming. So Castle of Burgundy should be up there. We have Codenames at 86, same situation as Castle of Burgundy, and Codenames Duet at 84. Mythic Mischief at 76, that one's probably accurate-ish. TAC at 61, that might be pre-logging. Crokinole at 60 is probably pre-logging. So I probably, again, I only started logging in 2017. I probably have around 6 or so games that I've played at least 100 times. Only 2 officially, but for sure 5. Oh, still more than 6. I probably have 7 or so. 7 or 8, I'd guess. But I for sure 5 that I've played more than 100 times. Surprise DTT live stream? What's going on with DTT? What's DTT? Who's DTT? Devin? Oh, Devin! Devin! The Weekly Love Show. I thought you were saving the title for our next OnlyFans release. Devin, the amount of flack I've gotten about that title, it is impressive. Also, I still don't have your card. Have you played Wolfenstein the board game? And if so, what was your impression score? I played Wolfenstein the board game. I believe I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. I like Wolfenstein. I may have given it a 3, but I think a 3.5. It's the area I struggle the most in when deciding between a 3 and a 3.5 is very often, if I'm evaluating the game on its own merits, it's a little higher. If I'm evaluating compared to other games, it's a little lower. That's the only area I struggle with. But I think it's a 3.5 for me. I think I liked Wolfenstein. I thought it was a good game. My biggest issue with it was that I just didn't think it was amazing in any way, shape, or form. It was fun, it was good, and there were other games that felt better in the genre. That's what it came down to me. Let's see. If I do one round of a game, teach it and restart a game, I don't count it. If I do one round of a game to teach it and restart, I don't count it. So I guess, again, situational. If I do a round of a game to teach and then restart with the same group right now, I don't count that as a separate play. I'm like, hey, we got a round in, now let's reset and rinse. I count that as one play collectively for the whole experience. Whereas if I do that solo to learn it, I might count it as a game and then play later and count it as a game. Lots of illogical things going on here. Just comes down to what feels right. Devin. Of course you open Alex about to end things. Devin, you sexy, sexy beast. That's not me saying it. I'm just repeating Sweat Me. Although to be fair, I did add an extra sexy, so I guess it is me saying it. How many plays did you have with me last year? Oh, I have no idea. Probably, let's see. Okay. Oh, I have to pull back. I have to pull back. Let me pull up the year. Okay. We'll let that load for a second. I miss all of you, sweet humans. Do people record turn-based games on BGA? I do. You totally said that. Devin, I did say it. It looks like 239 from the 2,162. You totally said it. Devin Talks Tabletop, you totally said it. I did indeed. But we are getting close to wrapping it up. It is 1:55. We have a few minutes left. We can go ahead. I'm curious what Austin wants. Austin has an interesting random question. I need to like think about why he wants that. I allow BGA games to turn turn-based. It's on the internet for all time. How do you feel about backlogging games that some folks do? For instance, Castle of Burgundy, you could estimate based on when you started playing and log those patches in one lump sum. I don't do that personally. The reason I don't do that, Stacy, is because of the fact that if I do it for Castle of Burgundy and the other games that I want to, then suddenly my stats is no longer from 2017 onwards. Suddenly it's a complete hodgepodge of all time. Which games did I backlog? I don't know. Maybe some, maybe others. Also, just a lot of work. So I don't do it for right now. I have thought of it because I wish I could be like, oh, here's my plays for all time. But you know what? I don't. And every year that goes by, the ratio of the missing plays to the non-missing plays goes down. So that's where we are. I haven't done my games published at a convention. I do log those plays. However, if I'm not involved in the play, I don't add myself a play. I log only the other players. I don't think oh, no, I do. I was going to say I don't ever log a game that I'm not a part of. I have done it with my kids infrequently. I don't think I've done it in a long time. I stopped doing this. I stopped doing it because I just felt like it's unnecessary. Unless Alex makes this private, then we'll have to get Noah to hack BGC and bring it back. Bring back what? Bring back what? I mean, I'm changing the live thing. I'm changing the live. It's going to live, not love. I've never considered that winning 20% of the time in 4 players, you're average. I think with more than that, but I don't track win. I think I win more than that, but I don't track those wins and losses only plays. Yeah, it's a regular thing. I remember there's one particular player in our game group who she had this issue. It was like years ago, but she always thought she wasn't good at games, and I was like, you're fine. Like you're totally fine. You're like just like everyone else. Like you're doing great. And she always was so negative and down on herself. Like, oh, I don't win most of the time. I don't win most of the time. And then one day I was like, well, yeah, of course you don't win most of the time. No one does. Like, the best players in our group have, like, a 40% win rate. They're still not winning most of the time. Because that's just not how stats work. But, like, it took me a while to connect that she was mentally connecting those two. And I was like, that seems logical. It feels logical to connect those two, but it's not. 50% of plays is not average, unless you're playing 2-player games. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and call this for right now. Thank you all for being here. This has been the BGStats 2023, breakdown. If you make the video private to avoid the public knowing you admitted Devin is a sexy beast. Oh, no. You can keep the Devin as a sexy beast. I'll say it again. Devin is a sexy, sexy beast. The title I'm going to change. It's going to be the weekly live show. But the love, we can have the love. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and call this. I will see you next week. I believe next week, Tuesday, there'll be the regular... there should be a game night Tuesday night. It might be just me this week. Might not be my island this week. And then... Thursday should have a regular live stream. I think I have a topic already picked out for it, too. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. You have all been absolutely lovely individuals who I really appreciate. And until next time, I hope you have a good one.